Chris, how do you feel about having the opportunity to start this week?
It's always exciting, I spoke about it here week one, just how much I appreciate these opportunities, and it's no different this week. So any chance I get to step on the field with the guys, man, I'm excited.
The life of a number 2 quarterback must be kind of weird. Like, for you to get an opportunity, you have to see, the guy ahead of you, someone you're close with, obviously Zach, basically get hurt or whatever. Just what's that dynamic like? Because obviously that's a very unique situation that other people in their work life cannot ever relate to, obviously.
Yeah. I think it's obviously always hard, seeing a guy that you love and care about and share the same room with and work with go down. The job as a backup quarterback is to be ready in those situations and support him when he's out there and be ready for your opportunity when you're out there. And I know I always have his full support when I'm out there. He's always extremely helpful, and just our relationship makes it easy to, share thoughts and make sure that we're seeing the game the same way, no matter who's on the field. So, that's my job, to be ready in those type of situations and situations like this. That's how I prepare. And, I think over the years I've been able to formulate a really good process of how I can, mentally attack the week to prep how I'm going to play or when I'm going to play. And so I'm excited about the opportunity, and, I'm thankful for the relationship I have with Zach.
What does this team need right now to get out of this little slump?
Whatever it takes to get done, man. That's the mindset going into this game. We got to come out. We got to stay on the field. We got to convert first downs. We got to get yards on first down. And we need some energy. So I'm going to do whatever it takes to help us get the win, and I know that's the mindset in that locker room right now.
What have you learned about Joey Corcoran? I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name. Corcoran, sorry, thank you. He was saying that you're the one that texted him to let him know that you guys are probably going to roll with him this week. What do you learn about him?
Yeah, he's a guy that's just been willing to do whatever, when his number's called. So I'm excited for him getting his opportunity. Obviously a young guy. He made some good plays in the preseason, had a couple catches last week. And so, I remember being a young guy who was, in a position like that before too. So, as a veteran guy now, just being able to be a resource for him and other guys like that, it's definitely something that I try to do. So I'm excited for him, and the mindset's always just, one play at a time and make your plays when the opportunity comes.
Last one for me. It's the 7th game of the season. It's a marathon, the CFL season. But after losing 3 in a row, having just lost to these guys, just how kind of important is tomorrow just to get this team just kind of back on the right track and back in the win column?
Every game is important, and you don't want to look at it as 3 straight. It's hey, we lost last week, we're getting back on track this week. So every game is its own thing, and that's how you prepare. And so that's how we're preparing. Every opportunity we have to step on our home field in front of our fans, we want to perform up to our standard, and that's the way that we've prepared this week. So we're excited about another opportunity to go out there and play in front of our fans.
How would you assess your performance in the start in week 2?
How would you assess it?
Well, 3 touchdowns and 254 yards in a multi-score win seems pretty good.
We won the game, so that's how I assess games. Did we win or did we lose? And so if I'm playing and we don't win, I'm always going to be very critical. Even if we do win, I'm going to be very critical. So it's just like, I'm not even thinking about that right now. Every game is its own thing. Every week is its own thing, and now we're on to this game. So I'm not thinking about that. I'm thankful for the reps I get with those guys because it always helps me gain confidence and gain, camaraderie with those guys. But in terms of that game, I'm not even thinking about that right now.
I think as fans, we do it to go, okay, well, Chris had the week to practice that one, started it, the offense looked like this. The offenses looked like this in other games. Just as we try to kind of forecast what this game will look like, we look back to when you had a roughly similar situation in week 2.
Yeah, I didn't mean to be anyway asking about that. It's just, again, it's about the reps and getting timing and camaraderie with those guys, right? So when you have the week to prepare, it's always great because you can kind of get in, okay, this is what I'm seeing, this is what I like, this is how I see the game getting called. Hey, this is where I'm expecting you to be on this route. But again, going back to his question about Zach, I try to be super involved in those conversations throughout the week because if he's saying something to somebody that he wants them to do something on this play or this route, I want to be involved in those conversations because that way if I step in, now I know what's going to happen and the expectation. So when you're getting those reps, it's great. Obviously a bit of a unique week with practice this week. Not necessarily being able to. But again, those conversations have been had. We were able to walk through and do some stuff today. And so just looking forward for that opportunity.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Being able to get we didn't see practice yesterday, but presumably there were extra reps for you to be had in practice, how important they are in your whole process of getting to the game. I assume they're a big deal, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I would say it's important, but like we're playing the game, you know, and so you adapt, right? And you have those conversations and you watch that extra film and you do those extra things to make sure that you're prepared even without getting those practice reps. I think we've done enough this week to feel really good about our game plan, what we're doing, you know, with guys where they're supposed to be, all that stuff. So I feel good about it, guys feel good about it, and we're ready to play.
I'll take a couple. Yeah, Chris, just a question, like, what have you guys focused on the most this week, or would be the biggest thing to keep this offense on the field against the Argos? What would you think it would be?
You know, I think we got to get production on first down. It's hard when you're in second and long in this league, but we just got to get first downs and stay on the field, man. It's just a one-play mentality. That's always going to be my mentality, and that's what I always convey to the guys is, hey, one play at a time. Whatever happens, let's flush it, let's move on to the next play. And that's truly how you have to play the game. So we got to get production on first down, we got to convert second downs, and we got to finish one in the red zone. And we got to take care of the football, too. You know, we had too many turnovers last week. We've been turning the ball over too much. And just, you know, staples of football. You got to get yards on first down, you got to convert first downs, and you got to try to not turn the ball over. So that's what we're focused on. That's what we're hoping to do.
And last question from me, Cobb draws in this week too, right behind Cork, and just kind of your thoughts that you've seen from Cobb and some of the interactions you've had with him.
Oh, yeah, Cobby, I mean, he's been around this league for a little while now. He was in Edmonton. Just a guy that's, again, willing to kind of do whatever's asked of him. So, you know, we got a lot of depth at receiver. We feel good about the guys we got rolling this week, and we're excited about it.
Chris, I just have one. You mentioned earlier about the team needs some energy. What have you seen that's been lacking, or what did you mean by that?
I wouldn't say there's anything that's lacking, but you know, when like we got to find a way to stay on the field, keep our energy up, even when things aren't going the way that you expect them to go. Throughout a season, throughout a game, there's always going to be adversity, and how are you going to respond to that, right? You have to respond with energy and attack that adversity, and you know, bring energy and make it right. You know, it doesn't just happen, and so that's kind of my mindset when I talk about this as a whatever it takes type of game, because I don't know what it's going to take, but that's what our mindset has to be. Whatever it's going to take, that's what we're willing to do to get it done. That's the energy that I'm going to bring, and that's the energy that I try to bring whenever I step onto the field. Is I don't know what it's going to look like. You guys have seen us win games a lot of different ways, and so that's my mentality going into tomorrow. And I think that's what I talk about when I say the energy is just, hey, we're going to have to put it on the line, and whatever that looks like, whoever's, you know, contributing, that's what we're going to need.
You've been around for a while, and Joey, a rookie, is playing, yet there's Dylan Mitchell, who's been around the league. He's on the practice roster. How much do you wonder about him not getting in and having a rookie making his CFL debut?
Those aren't my decisions to make, right? So I'm excited about the guys that are going to be out there. They're excited for their opportunity. We're going to make the most of it. Thank you.